Hey guys, it's Dan. Today I want to show you a few solutions for three-way small blind versus button min raise. It's small blind, flat calls preflop. These are ranges, button min raise. We will take a look at 25 big blind deep solution. Small blind flat calling range, very old range, very exploitive kinda. I would not play this range versus two regulars, let's say, but I know that most players on low limits, they still play this range, or if you, let's say, play versus two fishes, then this range works pretty well by default as well. What I want to show you is that look at donk frequency of small blind. How often do we donk on this 10-8-7 double suited board? As well, I prepared some other board structures, and actually my point is, look, again, 60% donk frequency. So my point is that if you play and you don't really have significant donk frequency, or you never donk in this situation, then you miss a lot. Because this, like a lot of boards, 10x, some medium string hand connected middle hands, they hit small blind range so much that we have like 50 or even more equity. As well, button would check back a lot because he has so many weak ace-x type of hands, x5, ace-5, ace-deuce, and like king-5 suited even maybe, and so he will just check back so many hands. Look, even against GTO range, he's supposed to bet like 48, but in reality, if let's say I'm small blind and I'm always checking, so I'm playing wrong here, then button should c-bet even less against me because my checking range is so strong, right? I'm not c-betting, I'm not donking all these strong hands that I have. So button in reality could exploit me by checking back even more. But back to my original point, so check how do you play from small blind here. Do you consider to donk? Because I saw some people don't even consider this option, which is a huge mistake. And yeah, like think about it. You could as well check these solutions on our server. Just an example: this low board 7-4 deuce double suited. This board that small blind never donks because it's not really connected to small blind range, right? So that's what we see. Same time, button c-bets all his range because he hits it way more. A lot of overcards, pairs. Okay. So check how do you play this position. Think about it. You can check these solutions on the server, in these solutions from stand folder as well, if you're interested. Another thing I want to show you. Okay, it's actually related to the same topic. Stats. When I see stats like that and look zero donk frequency, again, it's big theory mistake as well. Second leak that I see here is that player didn't even consider this option, right? Over this pretty significant sample, which tells us that his approach for poker might be wrong right now. Because, I mean, look, zero. This option isn't even considered. So if you have something like that, or like zero frequency, it's huge. You definitely need to reconsider your theoretical knowledge as well, your approach. How do you play poker? You need to consider all available options you have. Constantly ask yourself, am I play right or not? What can I improve? And so on. As an example, few other stats. This is actually my old small blind stats. And I had like deep game 16% donk frequency and way more free bet heavy play style. Another player with a good win rate as well, even bigger sample, and look here, it's like crazy, 36% donk frequency. Okay, and even when he checks, he doesn't fold very often. I mean, don't copy just these strategies, but I mean, I encourage you to think about donking range that you have and frequency of it. Another thing I want to show you is small blind range versus button min raise. It's for 25 big blinds deep, and this is simplified GTO range, because nowadays we have like access to freeway GTO preflop solutions as well. Software is developing. Again, this is simplified range. Just pause the video, take your time, look at it. You don't need to play it on every table you play, but at the same time, when I play against two strong regulars, I play very similar to this one. I don't flat as often as we saw in these BIOS solutions, right? Like, this is not my floating range at all, because it's highly exploitive. I mean, if big blind just squeezes a lot, I'm in troubles as well. I don't really exploit big blind, since he can just float any two, right? He has so nice spot odds, and I just don't get value from my still very strong hands versus button opening range, like these suited hands. So back to here. So I'm playing similar to this, more straightforward, way more free bet shoves with these suited Broadway hands, folding some of suited Broadways, free bet non-all-in bluff, right? Because I mean, if you always free bet non-all-in only your aces, kings versus regulars, it will not work out in the long run. You need to like balance and improve equity that you have, improve EV that you have with this weakish type of hands. So yeah, take a look at this range. Same time, if I play, I believe that this position small blind, it's a lot about adjustments still. So don't commit yourself to one or another strategy. Better think against what players, let's say this preflop strategy is the best one. Because if we play on a table where on the left we have regular and on the right we have fish, I will play free bet non-all-in heavy strategy because I want to isolate fish. But let's say it's opposite, and on the right I have tightish regular, on the left there is a fish. I will just float more hands, because against tight regular I can't free bet that much. As well, I want to play more post flop versus fish who is on the left, right? So I would cold call some of these offsuit Broadway hands that GTO would suggest me to fold. I will still play them. And some of these hands, Jack 9, Queen 9 suited, I will not free bet jam them. I will just flat to encourage fish, join the pot, and yeah, play versus guys on a post flop. Alright, that's it. Good luck, everyone.